Have you ever pondered what truly makes us happy? It's a question that has been asked since the dawn of time, a universal quest that transcends borders and cultures. Happiness is a complex, elusive concept that often feels just out of reach. Yet it is something we all yearn for, something we all chase after. It's a universal quest that ties us together as human beings, a shared pursuit that unites us in our diversity. Around the world, different cultures and societies have their own unique interpretations of what happiness means. For some, it's the simple joys of life, the laughter of a child, the comfort of a warm meal, the beauty of a sunset. For others, it's about success and achievement, reaching the top of the corporate ladder, earning a degree, winning a championship. In the East, the concept of happiness often intertwines with spiritual fulfillment and inner peace. Concepts like mindfulness and living in the present moment are integral to their understanding of joy. In contrast, the Western world often equates happiness with material wealth and personal achievement. Yet, despite our differing views on what constitutes happiness, there is a common thread that binds us all together. It's the pursuit of this elusive state of being, the quest to find that which brings joy and contentment. We may define it differently, we may seek it in different ways, but the pursuit of happiness is a shared human experience. This quest for happiness is embedded in our very DNA. It's a fundamental part of who we are as human beings. We are hardwired to seek out that which brings us joy, to strive for a state of contentment and fulfillment. It's a universal quest that has shaped our evolution, guided our actions, and influenced our decisions. So, the question remains, what does science have to say about our pursuit of happiness? As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore the biological, psychological, and social aspects of happiness, and uncover the science behind our universal quest for joy. So, buckle up for a journey like no other, as we embark on this exploration of one of life's greatest mysteries, the pursuit of happiness. As it turns out, scientists have been studying happiness for decades. You might wonder, how does one scientifically study something as abstract as happiness? Well, the answer lies in the magic of technology and human ingenuity. One key method researchers employ involves using MRI scans to study brain activity. When people report feeling happy, certain areas of the brain light up on these scans. This region, often referred to as the pleasure center, includes parts of the brain known as the hippocampus and the anterior cingulate cortex. But that's just the start. Scientists also delve into the intricate world of genetics. It appears that our capacity for happiness may be partially hardwired. Some individuals might be genetically predisposed to see the world through a sunnier lens than others. Yet, it's not all about the genes we're born with. Our environment plays a significant role too. Studies suggest that our surroundings, from the noise levels we're exposed to the amount of green space in our neighborhood, can influence our happiness levels. Health, both physical and mental, is another crucial factor. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and mental health care can all contribute to our overall happiness. It's no surprise then that happier people often tend to be healthier people. And let's not forget relationships. Humans are social creatures. We thrive on connection. Strong, positive relationships with family, friends, and community members can be a powerful source of happiness. In fact, research shows that people who feel connected to others are generally happier and live longer. Scientists have also found that happiness is not simply the result of these individual factors working in isolation. Instead, our happiness is the product of a complex interaction between our genes, our brain activity, our environment, our health, and our relationships. Clearly, happiness is more complex than we might have thought. Scientific research on happiness has led to the formulation of a happiness formula. In our pursuit of joy, researchers have pieced together a puzzle, a formula if you will, which suggests that our happiness is determined by three main components. These are our genetic set point, our circumstances, and our intentional activities. Our genetic set point is like our happiness thermostat. It's a baseline level of happiness that we return to, no matter what life throws our way. It's estimated that about 50% of our happiness is determined by our genes. This means that we all have a certain level of happiness that we naturally gravitate towards. It's like a happiness home base, a place we return to after the highs of success or the lows of disappointment. Our circumstances, on the other hand, account for about 10% of our happiness. This includes things like our income, social status, where we live, and our health. While these factors can certainly influence our happiness, they don't have as much impact as we might think. Winning the lottery, for instance, might make us ecstatic in the short term, but research shows that over time, we adapt to our new circumstances and return to our genetic set point of happiness. The final 40% of our happiness is determined by our intentional activities. These are the things we choose to do, like exercising, meditating, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a hobby. This is the part of the equation that we have the most control over. By intentionally engaging in activities that bring us joy, we can significantly boost our happiness levels. So to sum up, the happiness formula suggests that our happiness is 50% genetic set point, 10% circumstances, and 40% intentional activities. This formula provides a framework for understanding why we might feel happier at certain times than others. It also shows us that while we can't control our genes or always change our circumstances, we can choose to engage in activities that bring us joy, and in doing so, tip the scales of happiness in our favor. This formula provides a framework for understanding why we might feel happier at certain times than others. Are there ways to increase our happiness levels? Science says yes. There's a multitude of scientifically proven methods that can be employed to boost our happiness. One of the most powerful among these is the practice of gratitude. Research has shown that taking the time each day to identify and appreciate the good things in our lives can significantly increase our level of happiness. So let's start counting our blessings, not our problems. Another key to happiness, according to science, is mindfulness. By focusing our attention on the present moment, without judgment or distraction, we can reduce stress and increase our overall happiness. This can be achieved through practices such as meditation, yoga, or simply taking the time to breathe deeply and focus on the moment. Next on the list is exercise. You might be surprised to learn that physical activity isn't just good for our bodies, but also for our minds. It's been found that regular exercise can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety and boost our mood, thanks to the release of endorphins, often known as the feel-good hormones. Social connection is another crucial component of happiness. As human beings, we're inherently social creatures, and our relationships with others play a significant role in our overall happiness. Engaging in meaningful conversations, spending quality time with loved ones, or even just sharing a smile with a stranger can all contribute to our happiness. Lastly, helping others is a sure way to boost our own happiness. Acts of kindness, large and small, can stimulate the release of neurotransmitters responsible for feelings of contentment and relaxation. In essence, when we do good, we feel good. So, there you have it. Gratitude, mindfulness, exercise, social connection, and helping others are all scientifically proven methods to increase our happiness. And the best part is, these are all actions and attitudes within our control. It appears that our actions and attitudes can indeed have a significant impact on our happiness. Happiness, it seems, is not a destination, but a journey. Picture this. You're on a road trip, the sun is setting, painting the sky with stunning hues of orange and pink. You're driving down an open road, the wind in your hair, your favorite music playing. It's not about where you're going, it's about the journey. That's happiness for you. You see, we all have a genetic set point for happiness. It's like an emotional thermostat that we come back to after the highs and lows of life. But here's the good news. It's not a fixed destiny. It's more like a base camp, a starting point on your lifelong happiness journey. Now you might be wondering, how can I influence my happiness? It's not as complicated as you might think. We have the power to shape our happiness through our choices and actions. It's about recognizing the moments that bring us joy and seeking them out, not waiting for them to come to us. It's about embracing the little things, A good book, a warm cup of tea, a beautiful sunset, a conversation with a loved one. It's about making the choice to be happy, even when the road gets bumpy. And sure, there will be detours, there will be roadblocks, there might even be a flat tire or two along the way. But remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about learning from these challenges, growing stronger, and finding joy even in the toughest of times. Happiness, much like life, is a journey. It's not a static state of being, but a dynamic, ever-changing process. It's about creating, not finding. It's about living, not waiting. It's about embracing the journey and all that it brings. So buckle up, turn on your favorite music, and get ready to enjoy the ride. Because happiness is not about where you're going, it's about how you get there. In the end, the pursuit of happiness is a deeply personal and ongoing journey. It's about finding what makes you truly happy and embracing it.